Okay, so another day, and today's job is removing the steering rack. So I've had a look at the Haynes manual, and it is a horrendous job to remove the steering rack if the subframe and all the engines in place. It actually requires you to drop the rear of the subframe down by about 3 inches to allow you clearance to pull to clear the steering rack out of the way. So I think it's a good opportunity while I've got the subframe and the engine out, that I take the steering rack out. Now, to take the steering rack out, you have to lift the steering column up. Now, I have to be honest, I'm just going to remove the steering column because that probably makes it easier to access that floor that has got the hole in. So that's going to be my first task, removing the steering column. Then I think I'll just drop out the steering rack. So the first thing I'm going to do is undo this screw here so I can remove both halves of the shroud. The reason I'm doing that is at some stage I'm going to have to get to the other side of the bolt that's down there. That's got a sheared off head, so you have to cut a new slot in that to be able to undo it. Okay, so I've removed the shroud. There's a screw on either side. And while I was at it, I also removed the 3 connectors for all the wiring. I've just noticed that this has always been a bit slack, and it actually turns out that bit there has actually cracked off, so it's not clamping anymore. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but I might see if I can find a replacement. So the next thing we need to do to get this off is around the other side, and the camera's not going to focus very well on this, I don't think. So that clamp screw down there is actually a shear head screw, so when it's tightened up, the head shears off, leaving what you can see. Now, to undo that, you've got to cut a slot in that, and then you should be able to undo it with a screwdriver. Then that will leave the clamp at the bottom to do. Okay, so for the first time in this restoration, I've found something that was actually really tight, and that was a right pain to get out. You can see I've cut a nice slot in the top, but every screwdriver I found would just pop out the slot because the blades are actually tapered. So what I ended up doing, which is really bad, is I got a steel rule, tapped that into the slot, and then used an adjustable on the steel rule to get it to turn. So I have damaged my steel rule, but actually I can't see the numbers anymore anyway, so it's only used as a straight edge. So that is now undone. At the same time, I've got the other one undone. As you can see, it's quite rusty, and that might suggest the next problem. I still cannot remove the lower clamp down there. Let's camera focus. Where are you? There you are. So I can't pull the steering rack up, so I'm guessing that bit down there must be quite rusty, that clamp. So I'm going to try prising it off with a pry bar, and then I'm going to try putting a screwdriver in the little slit to see if I can open up that clamp. So the screwdriver through the clamp at the bottom worked really well, and I was able to pull the whole steering rack off. So there we go, that can now go away and kept nice and safe. So the last part of this job to get the steering rack off is just the 4 nuts that go on the bottom of the U-clamps, either side down there. So before I knock these clamps through, I thought I'd better show you where these nuts are. First 2 are by the hole there, behind that cable there, and then the other 2 are literally behind the pedal over there. Zoom in. Alright, hopefully you can see that. So they're all undone, and I should be able to knock those through and remove the steering rack. Okay, so that's the steering rack removed. Nice and easy. The hardest bit about that job is removing that clamp on the steering column. If you do have the steering rack removed, it's worth checking out everything. Like these gaiters, they're a common MOT failure. Also, ball joints at the end can get a bit slack. Again, you can service those 2 with this in the car. If this is faulty, it's the best time to replace it now. But mine seems okay, so a bit of a clean up, and that should be okay to reuse. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for some more.